Facebook and YouTube. Live on the YouTubes. Slowly gaining those watch hours. Thanks for joining the Mushbag podcast. I'm Neil. And this is Ryan. Today
Manifesto.
we're going to dive into some Newfoundland folklore around May 6th. Number 1, the haunting of Blackhead Road. Locals from the Conception Bay area, not far from Harbor Grace, tell stories of woman in white seen every year around early May walking barefoot along Blackhead Road, said to be a ghost of a bride who drowned herself in the late 1800s after her groom vanished at sea. Her night is always followed by the scent of salt and lilies, and dogs refuse to go near her. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That can't be true, man. Did you ever hear that before? Go away.
No idea.
Number 2, the Squeaky Stones of Brigus. A lesser-known May tale in the hills around Brigus. There's a spot where the rocks seem to squeak underfoot only in early May. Old-timers say it's because of the trapped spirits of sailors who died when the spring thaw caused their buried ship to collapse on them. Local lore warns, if you hear the stones talk, don't talk back. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Gallows Sound, a chilling myth tied to Harbor Grace itself. On May 6, 1759, so the tale goes, a British officer was executed by mistake for desertion. The gallows were near the old court building. Ever since, locals claim that on cold May nights you can hear the man singing a sea shanty in a strangled voice, even though no one's around. Sometimes the wind chimes in with creaking rope sounds. Yee. More Harbor Grace stuff. Harbor Grace is scary. Okay, superstition specific to early May in Newfoundland. Never dig a new garden bed between May 5th and May 7th. Folklore says you'll plant more than vegetables, i.e. disturb the dead.
Fuck, I'm gonna go to bed tomorrow.
Put salt in your boots if walking near the shore. Spirits and fairies are said to steal the path from under your feet this time of year. Avoid hanging laundry after sunset on May 6th. It's believed spirits can attach themselves to your clothes. Random.
I wonder, like, eventually when we get through all these days, will we just have, like, a different day, a different spirit can attach to you? Today you can't cut the line because the spirit will get in your shoes.
Adonis Hancock on YouTube says, what are they doing? Freaky VR says hi. And hello, Adonis. Sorry to cut you off there. For real, what up? How's it going? What are we doing? I don't know. What are we doing? You don't know?
I'm trying to stay awake, honestly.
Oh, you're trying to stay awake?
Feel a little bit tired here. Not that you're boring.
Oh, yes. I am. I am very boring. This is the most boring YouTube stream ever. And watch this. I'm about to get really big. Here we go. Now I'm bigger than you are, little boy.
Bro.
Uncle Philip. Uncle Philip says, you look like you have demons in your flesh vessel, boy. Do you give them authority? Yes, I gave them authority, Uncle Philip.
Few hands around.
Few hands around, couple people saying hi. What's up, everybody? It's Monday. People are bored. 3 o'clock.
Isn't
Guys.
it Tuesday?
Oh, yeah, it probably is.
I think it's Tuesday.
Yes, man, it's Tuesday. I almost went to Big Mary Monday today. Fuck, that'd be weird.
I'm not leaving here until I get the fucking Big Mary for a deal. Lock the door.
The answer is yes. Your flesh vessel has been sodomized by demons. Well, thank you, Uncle Philip. I am the Duke.
You are the what?
The Duke.
The Duke.
Let me go. Tell me some crazy shit. Also, anything about CARNEY plus Trump meeting? We'll see what happens. See what happens on the chat GPT. My buddy, you should have not said yes. Ah, but maybe I was already a vessel for demons. Yes.
I'm losing my physical form.
You're losing your physical form. You are turning into a mushbag.
Oh man, I'm fucking bagged out here. I can't even sit up straight. How can I get this thing to see me? Oh, the camera's over there, sure. That would help. But that's not right there. Oh, my head.
Hello, Dougie.
My eyes won't even open.
Shroot, get down out of the window, please. Maybe. I guess so. Man, ChatGPT is so slow. I think I need to update it or something.
I'm hearing all this shit about how much like water and energy it all takes.
Yeah, and like millions of dollars
Like
it costs.
apparently every search takes up to a bottle of water. That's what someone said.
Really?
Because of the coolant, to cool the computer from doing this thing.
Oh.
It's like supposed to be like more water intensive than like growing wheat or something.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah.
I wonder how much waste it produces and how much it costs. All right.
Alexa, what's the temperature?
I don't know what the truth to it is, but there's obviously it consumes a bit of energy either way.
Book live on YouTube. Just opened up some ChatGPT. We're talking about Carney versus Trump, a high-stakes meeting on May 6th. That was today, 2025. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney met with U.S. President Donald Trump at the White House. The meeting was marked by a mix of cordiality and contention. President Trump humorously suggested the idea of Canada becoming the 51st state, to which Prime Minister Carney firmly responded, Canada is not for sale. It won't be ever sale forever. Blech, it won't be for sale ever.
When did this happen? That's all
What?
said that.
Uh, this happened today, like a couple minutes ago, like an hour ago.
They've already had that conversation.
No, but this is like they were meeting together in the White House office. Trump replied with a cryptic "Never say never," highlighting potential benefits like reduced taxes and enhanced defense.
Okay, Donald Bieber.
The leader also discussed ongoing trade tensions, particularly the U.S. imposed tariffs on Canadian goods. While Carney sought relief from these tariffs, Trump remained steadfast, emphasizing that any trade agreements must significantly benefit the U.S. Despite the differences, both leaders expressed willingness to maintain constructive relationship moving forward. Okay, interesting. It's a weird world we're living in.
Mm-hmm.
Newfoundland
So on the
folklore.
next episode, like on the next episode of America.
On the next episode of America, Donald Trump. Donald Trump. The Witching Change. In Newfoundland folklore, the period following Beltane, May 1st, known as the Witching Change, it's believed that during this liminal time, begin the veil between worlds is thin, allowing spirits and fairies to linger. One such tale is The Haunting of Blackhead Road. I know, we just read that a little while ago.
That's like a cool idea for a short film.
Hunting on Blackhead Road.
Research it and make a short film.
Why?
Like that hunting or whatever. Like research it, make a short film.
I already got like 5. I do this every day now. I do research on the day. It gives me folklore. I look up the local folklore, and then we write a script, and then I send it to Jake. I've sent him like 4 or 5 now.
Because like I was gonna say, but make it almost like supernatural style.
Well, we did. Yesterday was the Vampire of Harbor Grace because it's the only account of a vampire ever in Newfoundland. And there's a grave. There's a grave in Harbor Grace. They dug him up in the 1800s and exhumed his body, and he was buried with a stake through his heart.
Okay.
Right. So, but they took his heart and they burned it.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Up at the Anglican church up there, like on the road across from mine, there's a grave and it has like an iron gate around it,
Yeah, you were
which is
saying.
like supposed to be something to do with like vampires and shit. So I suspect it's probably that guy. Oh, oh.
I've been watching Mr. Beast videos, and particularly the ones where they go pick out random streamers with like nobody watching them and just start
Mhm.
donating like $100,000. Just like thousands of dollars. Okay, here's 10K. He'll type in the chat, "Hey, are you a kid?" And if the kid answers yes, he's like, "Okay," and he sent him like $5,000. He's like, "Here you go. You're a kid. There's kid money."
Uh, I shared you a link of someone who was on Threads that they do like you come on my podcast and I'll come hang out on your podcast kind of thing.
Okay. Well, that's
If you check your
rad.
Threads, like another person on that ain't the big The big black long arms and kickstands and all that stuff.
Oh. Wow.
I got a new $10 pillow at Walmart, man, and it made my sleep so good last night.
Hmm. All right, we just spent $1, one bottle of water. We just spent one bottle of water asking ChatGPT to make me laugh with an adult joke. Sure, here's here's one with an R-rated but still clever. Why don't archaeologists get into arguments during sex?
Boy.
Because they always dig up the past and know how to handle bones. Darker and more absurd. Please. That was cheesy. Alright, another bottle of water gone. I told my therapist I have a god complex. She said, "You think you're a deity?" I said, "No, I just like watching people suffer while doing absolutely nothing to help."
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Hit me with whatever you want to tell me. Hit me with whatever you want to tell me. Alright, here's a dark little nugget for you. Equal parts folklore, existential dread, and Newfoundland strangeness. Okay, we got a certain theme on the go here. It's probably going to take a fucking year. This one's taking like 10 water bottles to generate here now. This one needs 10 bottles of water. We just actually killed a fish.
There's just like some guy in a big fucking thing, like pouring a bottle of water into a fucking computer so it could run a search for us, and then it's got clean water too, apparently.
Did you know in old Newfoundland outports there was a whispered belief in something called the Salt Hag? Not a ghost, not quite a witch, more like a thing that showed up when you broke the sea's rule, fishing off season, wasting a catch, disrespecting the dead lost at sea. They said she'd rise from a fog bank, eyes like drowned glass, hair made of tangled seaweed, and stand in the doorway of your stage, silent. If you saw her, it meant someone close to you would be swallowed by the sea within a fortnight. If she spoke, it meant you were next. A few fishermen carved crude runes in their boats, buried salt in corners of their homes, and never whistled at sea. That was her favorite sound. The kicker, the faded log book in a shed and tilting that ends mid-sentence in 1932. Last legible line. Saw the Salt Hag again. She smiled this time. Alright, we're doing a script.
The fucking Salt Hag.
We're making a script based off of that. Alright.
The Salt fucking Hag.
Yes. Boom. Title: The Salt Hag.
Baby.
Old salt hag.
Hey, whoa, slow down here now.
I'll come back and I'll play with you in the backyard.
Fade in. Exterior. Tilting. Fogo Island. Dusk 1932. Gray skies sag over desolate fishing village. Fog curls through the streets like smoke. A storm brews offshore. Interior shed. Evening. A weather-beaten logbook lies open on a bench. A hand calloused and trembling writes. Logbook voiceover. Saw the salt hag again. She smiled this time.
This is how he weasels his way every time. Making me feel guilty, sure.
The pen drags, ink spills, the writing stops. Smash cut to, title card, 90 years later. Interior, local museum, day. A small group of young documentary filmmakers set up cameras. One of them, Evie, 28, skeptical, sarcastic, holds the logbook. Salt hag, that sounds like a sea theme, Karen. Liam, my great-grandfather disappeared a week after writing that. Exterior, Fogo Island, various day. The team interviews locals. One old woman, 80s, refused to speak her name aloud. Old woman, you see her once, it's a warning. Twice you're marked. Interior, fishing stage, night. Fog rolls in hard. The team hears a strange knocks. Laughter, distance, but wrong. Evie, probably the wind. Liam, no. No wind makes footstep sounds. Interior, cabin later that night. The footage glitches out. One frame, a tall, wet figure. Just outside the window. Seaweed hair, blank, salt-burned eyes. What do you ask?
Hello.
Interior,
Hi. Hello.
documentary.
Give me a big hello.
Edit, Bay, Montreal, weeks later. Evie scrubbed through the footage, stops. Zooms in on an old photograph of the museum. The salt hag standing in the background of a photo. Dated 1894. She hasn't aged a day. To be continued.
What the fucking need, mate?
I put that thing in the seat of your car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to get in the mouth. Hey, guy.
What is that?
He's in Neil's headphones. He can hear you, but
Yeah.
sure, you're such a
Ryan said,
bully.
what do you ask?
You're such a bully boy.
Stay awake too.
This whole background removal is not working with the Ozbot right now. Just too much going on. Let me turn off that. Filters.
Did you smell my poppers? They gave me a big hug this morning. Yeah. We cuddled for 5 minutes.
There we go.
Oh, hello.
What the heck?
You guys writing a script?
Yeah, just doing a little podcast thingy here. Look at this, just two of us on screen. It's kind of cool. It's cool.
Just two of the guys, just chilling.
Just chilling. What
chilling.
did we do today?
Oh, we plastered.
Plastered, sanded, and got the little gun and went.
And like,
Sprayed yourself
Knocked
off.
her off.
yeah, and I washed my nuts. I mean, my brushes.
Feels like we need Ryan in here too. Hang on. Let me bring Ryan in. Put Ryan order on top. There we go.
Da-da-da.
There we go. Now we're all hanging out together.
Hey!
All three of us.
Hey, Ryan, how's it going, buddy?
Yeah.
I gotta look this way.
I'm gonna
How's
pet
it
his
going?
head. I'm petting him.
Right.
Whoa! He got huge.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Walking
Sit
around.
down, sir. Sit down, sir.
Alright.
I'll sit down. I'll sit
So the
down.
thingy's in the thingy?
Yep.
Alright, sounds good.
Did he text you? He sent you a text.
Oh, that, yes. Actually, he did, yeah.
Perfect.
Alright, true. Thank you for the love.
Thank you for whatever.
Yeah, no problem.
Plastering, painting.
And, yeah, that's when we'll get at, those boxes to put up all those bulkheads.
He said boxes.
Alright, see ya.
See ya.
Later.
Bye.
All right, let's bring it up. Bring me back up here. Whoa, now you're tiny. I'm gonna eat you. What am I doing? Filters. Wrong.
I'm just behind the curtain. No.
There we go. You're still tiny. You're so tiny. I'm so big. How do you feel? How do you feel about being so tiny? You tiny little bitch.
No, that's me, bro.
All right. And with that, I think this should be the conclusion of this broadcast.
Nice. Nice
How,
little session. I like this niche thing we got going on here. This is a good idea. Good
how do
shit.
you feel?
How do I feel? Tired. I'm pretty
You're
sleepy.
sad that it's over? And now look, we got one viewer in the chat. Hope it's Mr. Beast. Hope it's Mr. Beast. Although there's no way to pay me on here. Yet we've got 75 more watch hours to monetize. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. 75. 75 more. Okay. Well, goodbye.
Bye bye.